Bob Reese, head coach of the Valley Huskers. Howie Zarin, the head man with the first place Langley Rams. We head into week number 9. I'm Dominic Abassi for the British Columbia Football Conference. And guys, no surprise. Let's look back before we look ahead. And Bob, let's start with you. Your club's victory over the Kamloops Broncos. What are your takeaways there?
I thought we executed the game plan pretty well. I thought our defense did a good job of shutting down the run. Containing that quarterback and limiting, him, what he could do outside of the pocket. And we kept the plays in front of us in the back end on defense. And certainly on offense, it was one of our better games. And, continuing to move forward and finish drives and not go backwards. So all around, I thought it was a pretty good game for us.
Howie, for your group, another 40-plus points and another big margin of victory for your club this time over the Okanagan Sun. What were your takeaways from that victory last weekend?
Well, I think defensively, we're just keep doing what they do, and that's they're flying around, man. Every time I think they're going to snap off a run or something, they get shut down. I always think they get 6 or 7 yards, but really they're running sideways 5, and they're getting 1 or 2 positive. Our defense is just doing what they do. And offensively, I thought that Duncan probably played his best game of the year, and he distributed the ball to all his playmakers on offense. KJ had a huge game. Jesse Walker had a huge game. Liam had a big game. Reed Jensen got some catches in there as well. Our Rookie of the Year candidate, I believe. And, of course, you know what? We ground and pound with Puck. We lightened the load a little bit last week on him, but I think he still had just shy of 100 and a couple tugs.
Bob, I know I've asked you this, I think, a couple of weeks now, but again, we're into the final 2 weeks now. What do you need to get out of these weeks? What are you sort of telling your players, guys, let's achieve this, let's accomplish this so we feel a certain way going into the off season and as we prepare for next year?
We're definitely looking to continue to grow as a program. This has been an interesting year for us. Certainly we had, a turn of events a few weeks back that changed the outlook of our locker room and who we are as a program. And, I wish we could have had this group that we have now from day one, because I think we see the growth week to week with these guys and moving forward. So, we're definitely not looking ahead to next year at this point. We have 2 very important games, and certainly this one against first place Langley Rams is definitely on our mind. So, we'll get to next year when next year comes, but right now for the guys in this locker room, it's all about preparing for the game coming up.
Howie, your group is rolling right now. I can feel the confidence, from you every time that we talk, and I know that everyone I talk to says, wow, that Rams team is just a confident bunch right now. What's the vibe with your group and the preparation, the atmosphere at practice as you get ready each week right now?
Yeah, we're a very confident group for sure. But at the same time, our guys are very focused on playing the Huskers, I've been asked and the team's been asked, hey, looking forward to the Hilltops. And I'm like, well, first of all, we got 2 regular season games left, and then we still got to get through BC to get there. So none of our guys are looking ahead. No one's looking past the Huskers. And that's the way I want to keep it. You know what? It's a week-by-week thing, and right now it's the Huskers. So our team's laser-focused, and, we just brought in Damian Lombardi, just picked him up at the airport on Monday. So he's excited, and he's chomping at the bit to get on the field as well.
Bob, what would it mean to put an L in a number in that loss column for the Langley Rams this week?
For us, more importantly, it'd be putting a W in the column for us. I'm not too worried about what Langley's record is. Certainly, they're a team that's rolling and executing at a very high level. But yeah, absolutely, it would be huge for us to go out there and get a W, and that's certainly what we're focused on in our locker room and as a group moving forward here.
I'll ask both of you guys this: a true or false statement. Andrew Pokernich will be the Offensive Player of the Year in the BCFC this year. Howie?
There should be no doubt about that.
Yeah. Bob, what about you?
The kid's certainly having a good year. It'd be tough to keep him out of the conversation, that's for sure. Absolutely there's some other kids out there that are putting up some pretty good numbers, but, Poknick is, head of the class of the running back position for sure.
How do you try and approach him this weekend? What's the what's the shutdown tactic there?
Make tackles. Make tackles. We didn't do a very good job of containing this kid the last time, and he's a running back with great vision. And if you leave him an open crease, he's going to take it, whether that's inside or stretching it to the outside. So, as a group, we need to swarm to the ball and limit this kid's gains and be very physical on him.
Howie, what's the top consideration as you look at the film and break down the Valley Huskers that you're going to face this weekend?
Well, I think the one concern is I think this kid at quarterback, I think both of them are getting better. So, they're starting to spread the ball around a little bit. And, of course, they got the little buzzsaw there, number 2, catching and running with the ball. So we got to contain Poulin. And defensively, I still think that even though they lost a few guys, but you know what, like Coach Bob said, that they might be better off without those guys. So I still think they fly around on defense as well.
Gentlemen, I appreciate your time as always. Best of luck this weekend.
Thanks, Dom.
Awesome. Thanks. Good luck, Coach.
See you soon, Bob.
Take care.
Okay.